Hello, welcome to the Reframing Mindset podcast. We are clear my head of the thoughts that are preventing clarity to practice my speech, among other things. Episodes range from informative knowledge to funny stories about my experiences, and in the future, maybe include interviews. So subscribe and enjoy. Episodes drop every other day.
Okay, so welcome back to Reframe Mindset Podcast. My name is Colin Smith Brooks. This episode is going to talk. It's again a repetitive episode, but this time it's going to go back to when I was in primary school. So back then, my aunt was like a teacher there, but but teach my class. The primary school had like 9 classes, from grade 1 to grade 9, and she taught grade 9. But you only reach grade 9 if you in grade 6 you have a test that you do called GSAT. If you fail, then you progress to grade 7, 8, and 9. But I passed the GSAT, so I went to high school. So, but what happened was, because my aunt usually teach there when I went to the school, I was known as my aunt's, you know, family teacher, so people usually know me. As I went to school in grade 1, I was known from grade 1 to straight to grade 9 by every teacher. Majority of the grade 9 people usually know me and say, okay, um, it's my aunt's child or something like that. So I was known, and because of that, I usually get really protected, preferential treatments and stuff like that. But when I was in grade 1 now, my grade 1 teacher now, she usually called me my little scientist. No, but you know, she, while she, know my aunt and know me as my aunt's nephew and whatnot, she would never give me that preferential treatment. Try to treat me just like everybody else, not just like everybody else. And then that one for the story is when one day we get this. So we were doing a family tree. We were learning about family tree and what the tree represents. You have the branches, what each represents and whatnot, and how to draw a family tree and something like that. And then we got this homework now to actually build out or was to me use plastic bottles and draw and build out my family. So you would then use plastic bottles and sticks, and you would then get cut it out and put sticks in there to make hand, and then you just use the bottle top and say, okay, this is a woman, this is my mother, this is my father, and then boom, you have a little bottle, a smaller bottle, to say, okay, this is me, the child, or stuff like that. So that's the homework basically. So me now said, okay, yeah, being person that was kind of favored at the school, I was say, I understand the family tree and whatnot. So, I never thought the homework was necessary because, for one, I was going to go in on garbage to look for buckle or something like that. You see me? So that was the thing. I said, okay, this homework I get the gist, but I won't actually do it. So what happened now was when the day come to actually present the homework and carotene, you know, some people did it, some people didn't, and then you have so in those grade 1 class you have the stereotypical popular girl crew clique, and then you have the group, the boys group. Usually I would round them mostly, because mostly, yeah. So when the time come around, now to give it in. I had nothing, and like the teacher had a belt, so everyone that didn't have the homework done, they get like one slap on the hand. So me now thinking it's me and think I would just get away. Nah. Yeah, when they asked if I had the homework, I said no. And I said, yeah, come up here. Boom, got the hit. And it's like, yo, only she and the principal had ever um got him ever hit me in school, because it's like none of those preferential treatment thing never work with none of them. For one, my principal never really knew, or maybe knew me, but when I actually meet him and stuff like that, because I never really meet him officially until grade 6. Until then, and he never viewed me as one of those person that you then one of those other teachers would say, oh, Colin, Colin. Well, he never treat me like that. He just treat me like say he never knew me or something like that. But when he saw me in the office to get punishment, yeah, and just treat it just like everyone else. And I guess I should, since that story just came to me, I should actually tell it, So yeah, I look forward for that one in the next episode. But that was basically it, and I think that that first grade teacher is the one who actually got me started on my science journey. Before when my cousin said she wanted to be a doctor to an open hospital, that teacher was the one that actually get me started on the science journey, learning science and stuff like that. We usually do integrated science and stuff like that. So yeah, yeah, that's a short story, but yeah, that's it. And look forward for the next episode. Mm-hmm.
Well, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching and look forward for the next episode. To support this podcast, go to anchor.fm/CSSB/support or become a sponsor for this episode. If you have a product that you want to have more exposure, DM me on the Instagram page, Reframing Mindset Podcast, or on Twitter at ReframingP. Either way would help. Thank you regardless for listening, and here's a preview for the next episode.
At the time that I got beaten or hit in school by my principal. So I guess I said that I will just talk about that story in the next episode, which is this one. Yeah, so how that came about. So I'm in grade 6. So this time I'm in grade 6, And if from the other episode I know that okay, my auntie teach there, and by I reach grade 6 she never teach at the school, but she knew a lot of the teacher from the school. So like things like report card when I got in trouble, all those things she would have known, just because she have teacher's friend from that school, even when she gone. So I always have this kind of chip on my shoulder to say, okay, yeah, I can't,